So yesterday we were dealing with atomic mass. Atomic mass, it is also called relative atomic mass. Relative atomic mass or atomic mass shows how many times the mass of an atom is greater than or heavier than standard atomic mass unit. Standard atomic mass unit, I told you, 1.66056 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. 1.66056 into 10 to the power minus 24 gram. This is the standard weight. That is this is 1/12 of the weight of one carbon atom, carbon 12 isotope. So, still people are entering. Okay. So what is the real weight of an atom? That weight is how many times greater than this weight? Real weight of an atom, that weight how many times greater than this value? That value, that is the atomic mass, and that is written in the periodic table. That is, in the case of nitrogen it is 14, in the case of oxygen it is 16, in the case of carbon it is 12, if it is carbon 14 isotope then it is 14. So these numbers show, these are mere numbers, these numbers show how many times the mass of an atom is heavier. Means one atom of nitrogen is 14 times heavier than this weight, or one atom of oxygen is 16 times heavier than this weight, or one atom of carbon 14 isotope 14 times heavier than this weight. So this number shows how many times it is heavier. So if I say atomic mass of nitrogen is 14 units, means 14 units, real weight is 14 times heavier than that standard atomic mass weight, that is 1.66056 into 10 to the power minus 24 grams. Now we are coming to the term mole. Mole. If I replace U by G, 14 gram, if I replace this U by G, that means 14 gram. 14 gram means, for example, the weight of this chalk. Anyway, that cannot be the weight of one atom. That cannot be the weight of one atom. So, what is this 14 gram that stands for? 14 gram stands for 1 mole. One mole of nitrogen atom. 1 mole of nitrogen atom. So, this stands for 1 atom of nitrogen. This stands for 1 atom of nitrogen. But this stands for 1 mole of nitrogen atom. 1 mole of nitrogen atom means 1 mole means 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 nitrogen atom. Its total weight is 14 gram. Its total weight is 14 gram. This is 1 mole. So this 14 gram is called molar mass. 14 gram is called molar mass. So the term molar mass, that is a weight of, that is a mass of 1 mole of nitrogen atom. So many nitrogen atoms. 6.022 into 10 to the 23 nitrogen atoms weight is 14 grams. 14 U stands for only single atom. Single atom's relative atomic mass, or simply you can say atomic mass. 14 gram means then you have to consider so many atoms. So many atoms weight 14 gram. You can find out the weight of one atom of nitrogen. How can you find out the weight of one atom of nitrogen? 14 gram divided by this will give you the weight of one atom. So you can find out the weight of 50 atoms or 70 atoms. How? Into 50. Whatever may be the number, you can find out that weight of those many atoms. These many atoms weight, these many nitrogen atoms weight is 14 gram. So what is the weight of one atom? Weight of one atom is this divided by this 14. Weight of one atom. Weight of one nitrogen atom is equal to this divided by 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. So this is the weight of one nitrogen atom. Suppose the question is find the weight of 95 nitrogen atoms. So what you have to do? You have to multiply this by 95. So you'll be getting the weight of 95 nitrogen atoms. So I was telling about this relative atomic mass. And this is the molar mass. This is the molar mass of nitrogen atoms. Suppose nitrogen molecule. So 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 nitrogen molecules का total weight is 28 grams. See, one molecule of nitrogen means N2, that is made up of 2 nitrogen atoms. One N2 is made up of 2 atoms. So these many nitrogen molecules, this is 1 mole. What is meant by this? 1 mole. 1 dozen is 12. 1 mole is this much. 1 dozen is 12. 1 mole is this much. So the 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 nitrogen molecules total weight is 28 grams. So what is the weight of one molecule of nitrogen? This divided by 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. We say this is the molar mass of nitrogen molecules. Nitrogen exists as N2 only. If they simply say nitrogen, 28 grams. Molar mass is 28 grams. If they simply say nitrogen gas, molar mass is 28 grams. Nitrogen molecules, nitrogen gas, molar mass is 28. But if they specify nitrogen atoms, then only you have to consider 14 grams. Once again, when they specify correctly nitrogen atoms, then only you have to take 14 gram as the molar mass. Otherwise, simply nitrogen or nitrogen gas or nitrogen molecules, in these 3 cases, or generally nitrogen, you have to take 28 grams. If they specify nitrogen atoms, then only you can go for that 14 grams. So molar mass of nitrogen, what is the molar mass of nitrogen? 28 grams per mole. Molar mass का unit है grams per mole. If you don't write the unit, half mark will be cut. Molar mass का unit है grams per mole. So what is the molar mass of nitrogen atoms? 14 grams. Molar mass of nitrogen, 28 grams. Molar mass of nitrogen gas, 28 grams. Molar mass of nitrogen molecules, 28 grams. Unit molar mass के लिए you have to write 28 grams per mole. Once again, molar mass of nitrogen atoms. Now telling in terms of gram per mole. Molar mass of nitrogen atoms 14 grams per mole. Molar mass of nitrogen 28 grams per mole. Molar mass of nitrogen gas 28 grams per mole. Molar mass of nitrogen molecules 28 grams per mole. All right. So when they specify, then only you can take 14 in the case of nitrogen. Suppose oxygen. One atom of oxygen's weight is 16 times heavier than that 1.66056 into 10 to the power minus 24. So we say relative atomic mass or atomic mass of oxygen. Atomic mass of oxygen means simply this O. Oxygen atom, not O2. That is 16 times heavier than that 1.66056 into 10 to the power minus 24 grams. What is the molar mass of oxygen atoms? 16 grams. Molar mass of oxygen atoms. Now I specify atoms. Molar means 1 mole. Molar means that is of 1 mole. Molar mass of oxygen atoms, which is equal to 16 grams. We say 16 grams. This is per mole. So I write mole. 16 grams per mole. Similar to that nitrogen, rest other three, you have to go for what? 32. See, molar mass of oxygen molecules, 32 grams per mole. Molar mass of oxygen, 32 grams per mole. Molar mass of oxygen gas exists in the form of molecule only. So again, 32 grams per mole. If they specify atoms, then only you can take that 16 grams per mole. So in the case of atoms, 16 grams per mole. In the case of molecules or simply oxygen or oxygen gas, 32 grams per mole. So you can calculate the weight of as many number of oxygen atoms. Molar mass of oxygen atoms, that is of 1 mole. 1 mole means I am writing 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 atoms of oxygen. Atoms of oxygen weigh, or these many oxygen atoms weigh how much weight? 16 grams per mole. What is the weight of one atom of oxygen? This divided by 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. Then you can find out the weight of any number of oxygen atoms. Suppose 86. What is the mass of 86 oxygen atoms? First you find out the weight of one oxygen atom into 86 will give you the mass of 86 oxygen atoms. Similar is the case of molecules. So mole concept is nothing but it is 1 mole. 1 mole means 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. 1 dozen is 12. So this is a mere number. 1 mole, just like a dozen. Just like a dozen carries 12 number, 12 bangles, 12 apples, 12 bananas, or 12 pears. This is a number. Similarly, the 6.022 into 10 to the power 23, this is a mere number. Similar to 1 dozen, we say 1 mole. What that molar mass means? Mass of 1 mole. Mass of 1 mole. One child is entering with the name student. I will not admit without the name and class. Your name, for example, Ananya Arora, Class 11, whether it is PCM or PCB, like that you have to write. At least 11 science. This much you have to write. Whether it is PCM or PCB, I don't matter. For me, they are in chemistry only. So simply write students. No, we will not admit. And we will be matching these names. I'll be taking this attendance and matching with the list provided from the office. Then we can catch. All right, that's about molar mass. Now, one more sentence I want to say. At standard temperature and pressure. What is standard temperature and pressure? Standard temperature and pressure is temperature. Standard temperature is 0 degrees Celsius. Standard pressure is 1 atm pressure. 1 atm pressure is the pressure in which you are sitting. Atmospheric pressure. Has this atmosphere got some pressure? Yes. These molecules are hitting on your body, means they are pressing on your body. So you are sitting in that pressure. What pressure? These molecules, air molecules, oxygen molecules, nitrogen molecules, carbon dioxide molecules, rare gas molecules, water vapor molecules. These molecules are hitting on our body. They are pressing our body. We say we are under pressure. We are under pressure. What pressure? These molecules are pressing us. What is this pressure now? It is 1 atm. On the ground level, there are so many molecules or atoms hitting on us. Nitrogen hai to nitrogen molecule, oxygen hai to oxygen molecule, rare gases hai to individual atoms, helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon. They are individual atoms. Otherwise, rest all are molecules. Rare gases, they are hitting us, means atoms are hitting. Nitrogen, if it is nitrogen, N2 molecule. If it is oxygen, O2 molecule. If it is carbon dioxide, CO2 molecule. So now, at ground level, what is the atmospheric pressure? This pressure is called 1 atm pressure. 1 atm pressure. Maximum gas is present on the surface of the earth, ground level. If you go to a hill station, there, gravity is less, right? So amount of gas on the top of a hill station, for example, Mount Abu on the hill station, the amount of gas molecules there is less, means pressure is less number of molecules are hitting on your body. Amount of gas molecules less over there. The amount of nitrogen less over there, amount of oxygen less over there, amount of carbon dioxide molecules less over there. So we will be breathing less amount of oxygen there. If you are staying on a hill station, your brain will be getting less amount of oxygen. For the proper function of your brain, enough oxygen should be there. Since you are breathing in very less amount of oxygen, you will be getting very less amount of oxygen. Means your brain cannot function there properly. Now, there, the pressure exerted by the molecule on your body, that is very less because less number of molecules over there. Here it is 1 atm, there it is 0.8 atm, 0.9 atm, 0.6 atm. As you go higher and higher altitude, higher altitude, 0.4, 0.3, and on the top, no. So, when huge buildings are constructed, people can stay only to some floors. After that, oxygen amount is less. You will be getting less amount of oxygen to breathe. Still, like some constructions are going, they are making up and up to show that ours is the tallest building. For example, that Burj Khalifa in Dubai, they have made the tallest, but only in certain floors. Till only certain floors, these hotel rooms can be made and people can stay. Above that, no oxygen to breathe. So still they just made the construction to show that that is the tallest. So what is standard temperature and standard pressure? Standard pressure is 1 atm pressure. Standard temperature is 0 degrees Celsius, or we can say 273 Kelvin. Now at this condition, it is found that 22.414 liters of any gas at this STP. It is determined that 22.414 liters of any gas at this STP. What is STP? At 0 degrees Celsius means 273 Kelvin and 1 atm pressure. If you sit and count any gas this much liter, you will get 6.022 into 10 to the power 23, and it is 23 molecules. So 22.414 liters. Instead of writing this, I can write as what? STP. STP. 22.414 liters of any gas at STP accounts for how much? Accounts for how much? 1 mole, that is 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 molecules, 23 NITs. So you take 22.414 liters of any gas, nitrogen gas, any gas, and count, you will get 6.022 into 10 to the power 23 molecules. So if it is nitrogen gas and you are imposing this condition for that nitrogen gas is taken in a cylinder. Its temperature is 273 Kelvin and pressure is 1 atm pressure. You take 22.414 liters of that gas at this temperature and pressure. If you count, you will get how many molecules? How many molecules? 6.022 into 10 to the power 23. So gaseous state we are converting into, we are imposing this STP conditions. STP condition means at particular temperature and at particular pressure. What is that temperature? 0 degrees Celsius, that is 273 Kelvin. And at 1 atm pressure, 1 atm pressure, that is a normal pressure. I'm talking about the ground level, not on a hill station. So in that case, you take 22.414 liters, that is the molar volume. 1 mole of that gas, that is 22.1 molar volume at STP. This is nitrogen gas I'm talking about. So this much liter, you will get this much molecules if you count this much molecule, and if it is nitrogen, it will be 28 grams. So this is the relation between volume, relation between molecule, relation between grams, weight. So this is the relation. Accordingly, the calculations will be going. 22.414 liters of any gas. If it is nitrogen, it will be 28 grams. If it is oxygen, it will be 32 grams. If it is carbon dioxide, it will be 44 grams. But the number of molecules and this liter, that remains same. So that's about the mole concept. We'll be doing some numerical based on this mole concept. Write one question. Your next class is at 9:40. Okay, tomorrow we'll be doing the numerical. Thank you.